Video lecture Cognition Part 1. What are the major achievements of the sensory motor stage, and how do infants progress toward these achievements? According to Piaget, action equals knowledge. He thought that knowledge is the product of direct motor behavior. Movement from one stage to the next stage of cognitive development occurs when a child has reached an appropriate level of physical maturation and is exposed to relevant experiences. Piaget believed that we use schemas to organize the information we gather from our environment. Think of schemas as file folders in your brain. For example, say you are 2 and your family has a dog. You will have a schema for dog that will contain all the characteristics of that specific dog. We create and change these schemas using assimilation and accommodation. Assimilation is the process by which people understand and experience in terms of their current stage of cognitive development and way of thinking. For example, a child who sees a flying squirrel at the zoo will call it a bird because the squirrel is being assimilated into the existing schema of bird. Accommodation is changing our existing ways of thinking, understanding, or behaving in response to new stimuli. Accommodation is when you change the schema to include new information or create a new schema that didn't previously exist. For example, the child realizes that the squirrel is not a bird and creates a new schema for squirrel. There are 6 stages of the sensory motor stage. Use of reflexes, primary circular reactions, secondary circular reactions, coordination of secondary schemes, tertiary circular reactions, and mental combinations. During the first substage, neonates begin to exercise some control over their inborn reflexes, engaging in a behavior even when its normal stimulus is not present. For example, newborns will suck when their lips are touched. The second stage, primary circular reactions, is when babies learn to repeat a pleasant bodily sensation first achieved by chance. The baby begins turning towards sounds, showing the ability to coordinate sensory information. During the third substage, secondary circular reactions, babies intentionally repeat an action not merely for its own sake, but to get results beyond the infant's own body. During this period, a child begins to act upon the outside world. For example, a child begins pushing pieces of dry cereal over the edge of a high chair to watch each piece fall to the floor, or cooing when a friendly face appears so the face will stay longer. Coordination of secondary schemes, the fourth substage. Infants have learned to generalize from past experience to solve new problems. For example, pushing a button over and over again, knowing that will make music play. It is during this substage that the emergence of object permanence occurs. Tertiary circular reactions is the fifth stage, when a child varies action to get a similar result and carry out miniature experiments to see what happens. For example, a toddler may squeeze a rubber duck after making it squeak from stepping on it. The last substage is mental combinations, when a child has representative ability, which is the ability to mentally represent objects and actions in memory, largely through symbols such as words, numbers, or mental pictures. Symbolic thought enables toddlers to begin to think about events and anticipate their consequences without always acting.